Is that the deal? Just picking off the Joker and
I don't know, man.
yeah.
Well, I still get
know it was.
I think SGA was the MVP this year. What he did yesterday.
Well, stats show that Joker was the MVP. Sorry to say.
Yeah, but he
You
has a
thought
better
Joker was the MVP
surroundings.
last
He
year?
has a better cast than SGA has.
oh my goodness. If Embiid was healthy, he wouldn't have been the MVP this year.
Embiid would not have been the MVP. No way.
Should have been SGA.
It wasn't even him last year.
It was him last year.
In reality, Joker just won his 4th in a row, and we all know it.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think so. Anyway,
Did he win
gentlemen.
last year? Embiid
What?
won it last year?
Embiid won it last
did.
year, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So Joker was 2 years before. Okay, I thought it was 3 in a row. Okay.
Shouldn't have won it this year. I'm with you. SGA probably should have
I mean,
won
I
it.
just look at that team. It's amazing that they were the number 1 seed. They don't.
Well, they got a lot of talent, so,
Yeah.
you know.
But it's a very young and not.
Well, God, not young is not. This is a young man's game.
But they're real
Anyway.
young.
Anyway, let's go ahead and get started, guys. What do you think?
Sure.
All right. So what do we got? What do we got going on tonight? We got a game going on tonight, right?
Indeed, we do. We
Massacre.
have the Denver Nuggets versus the Minnesota Timberwolves
Yes.
in
Right now,
Denver.
Right now, the Knicks are rolling the Pacers.
Knicks are rolling the Pacers. Are we surprised that the Knicks are rolling the Pacers?
It's a little bit more of a win than I'm not surprised they're winning, but I don't know. I thought it'd be a little closer, but I could see the Pacers bouncing right back. But Game 7,
I mean,
you know,
2 out of the 4 games, the winner has rolled the
Yep.
losers. So
it's not even been close.
True.
Yep.
Well, let's talk about the Knick game. I am thoroughly impressed with Mr. Brunson. I think he's just crushing it for these guys. And this guy, DiVincenzo, what heart he has, and Hart, those 3 guys, like you were talking about
Nova
earlier
boys.
before we got on there. That's a heck of a threesome right there.
Oh yeah, and they all played together, won a national title at Villanova. That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And now
It
they're
is.
close to the East Finals. Amazing.
Well, they won't win a championship here.
No, I don't
They ain't
think they
getting
have.
past Boston.
No, they don't. The
They
Knicks
can't-
just don't have the depth. That Boston
No.
is too deep.
No, yeah, they can't beat anybody in the West either. So
No, but they probably will beat the Pacers.
yes,
yeah, Jalen Brunson, he's averaging 31 points per game in the current series. So that's
is
pretty
he?
good.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah, no
35.
doubt.
It's
No doubt.
35 for the playoffs, isn't it, or something like that? I think so. His postseason average, that includes his Boston year or Maverick years, where he was kind of a bench and starter. It was 33 a game
Huh.
postseason. 33 a game.
Well, you think the
Eight
Mavericks
assists.
miss him?
He would not be. He would have been good, yes, but he would not be as good as he is because he's kind of just he's basically a shorter Luka is what he is. He's got to have the ball so much. He'd be good, but he would not be that good because he wouldn't have the ball enough. Because when
Agreed.
Luka didn't, when Luka was hurt, he put up big time numbers sometimes. He put up those 25, 28 point games.
Yeah,
Luka
he would have
came
been.
back.
He would have
Luka
been a
came
nice
back, he go right
compliment.
back to the 15. Yeah, I mean,
He
it's
would-
just whether he would not have gotten the numbers he has now.
But
Yeah,
he would have
sure.
been a very, very nice compliment to that.
Oh,
team.
absolutely. I'm not saying that. Absolutely, he would have been
Mhm.
for sure. They were just they're 2 similar type players, though.
Yeah, I mean they're similar type. I agree. I'd rather have the 6'7" guy than the 6 foot guy. So I mean that's just me.
Yeah.
You know. But the Knicks are looking pretty good this time out. Indiana is one of those teams that really all they are is offense, and they're just not producing on the offensive end. I've watched a couple of those games in the series, man, and they just don't have what it takes defensively to stop anybody. they got no answer for Brunson. They don't have nothing.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Let's move on.
Even with offense, their top scorer is Pacers' top scorer is Halliburton, and he's getting like 21 points per game. So.
Yeah. Oh no. Totally get it. Yeah. Totally agree.
And Pascal Siakam, he's good. He's a good player.
Pascal Siakam.
Yep. Siakam is that? Yes. Yeah. He's good.
Uh-huh.
New Mexico State, the mighty New Mexico State. Good player for Toronto. He was that kind of the second guy for Kwani when they Kwani Leonard when they won that one title. Second guy. Also Lowry, I guess, a little bit. A team just has nobody now. And one of the guys is banned for 5 years because he bets on games.
Oh yeah,
they lost him too.
Yeah, they did. That was dumb. That was just dumb. The only thing I have against the Knicks is they traded Quentin Grimes. Good old U of H guy, but but he's in Detroit playing with Marcus Sasser. So there you go.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, let's go ahead and move out of New York, as I did many years ago, and move into Denver and see what we got going on with Denver. Denver going to win tonight, Kulik?
Denver is going to win tonight. This series will finally see a home winner tonight. It's going to happen. I just think that they've got all the momentum. The Nuggets have all the momentum, and it really comes down to how the big men of Minnesota are going to play tonight, because the last two games they haven't shown up at all.
No, they have not.
And they've done more crying like LeBron than playing defense, in my opinion. So
Anthony Edwards has been incredible. He had 44 last time.
Yeah, he's averaging 33 points a game this series.
He reminds me of Dwayne Wade. I see a lot of Dwayne Wade in him. Yes, me.
I don't know. I don't think he's an enforcer like Dwayne Wade was.
Well, he is only in his fourth year either. So.
Yeah, but I'm talking about enforcer like size, stature, endurance. I don't know if I agree with that one.
Well, then who do you think he's like then? Because he averaged 44 points in 45 minutes in the last game.
Well, yeah, true. I mean, I'm not denying that he can score, but I don't see that. I mean, Dwayne Wade's getting rebounds. Dwayne Wade's doing a lot of stuff down in the court instead of just scoring. And it's not saying that Edwards isn't getting rebounds and assists, because he's averaging 5 each of those in the series. But I just don't see that series, but or that comparison. But
maybe the offense is what I meant. So
if I had to compare him to anybody, maybe Antonio McDyess, maybe Carmelo.
He's not much of a volume shooter like Carmelo is.
Yeah, Carmelo is 6'9", and McDyess is like 6'10". He's 6'4".
Mm-hmm.
I would have never Antonio McDyess. I would never. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not saying again. I'm not.
You just talking scoring.
Comparing who's equivalent to whose size.
Yeah.
I'm talking about who is the endurance, who has the enforcer mentality. Mm-hmm. But anyway, we digress. So I do think the Nuggets are going to win it. I think they're going to probably do a Game 7. I think from here on out, probably the respective home team is going to win. And so I do believe it'll be a Game 7 with the Nuggets advancing. But for sure tonight, I still think the Nuggets have an axe to grind. Thank you, Shaquille O'Neal. We really appreciate you for doubting Nikola Jokic's MVP season, because you gave him just the right attitude to wreck the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I like the Denver in 7. I like the Knicks in 7, and looks like this will probably be the end of the TNT group, because NBC has offered big time bucks to get the NBA back, and they said that'll more than likely will end. I mean, they may get a few of them, but I don't think the whole crew. I doubt it. So next year, there's a good chance that I think it's next year NBC will take it over. They offered big way like
to do that.
NBC offered like double what TNT and them were doing.
Yeah, for a league that's hemorrhaging viewers.
Hey, if they want us, I guess if you're willing to spend the billions, I guess you spend it. I don't know. Seems like a lot.
I hear you. I wouldn't. I don't know if I would do it on basketball, pro basketball. But hey, whatever. My take on Denver is, I don't know if they win tonight, but I do think they win in 7. Let me put it to you this way: if they don't win tonight, if the T-Wolves don't win tonight, it's over in 6.
You think so?
Yeah, because it's clear that they've had 2 games to make adjustments, and they haven't made any adjustments. So, or should I say, the adjustments that they have made isn't working. So, if they fail to adjust tonight, then I don't see it's a must win for the T-Wolves. It's a must win for them.
And Denver has demonstrated that Minnesota's home court does not intimidate them.
True. Well, both teams have shown that in the series.
True.
So what's it? 5,800 feet, whatever. That ain't scaring nobody over there.
5,280. Yeah, but
whatever. Yeah.
Who's gonna get winded tonight? More likely.
I hear you. But it's been a good run for Denver the last 2 games. After the first 2, I didn't think they could hang with them. I thought that the speed and size was going to be too much. But all of a sudden, this guy Murray, he just kind of showed up. I don't know where he was the first 2 games, but like this guy Murray, was he on the team all year? What happened to him?
Yeah, he was busy throwing heating pads in the first 2 games.
He just showed up in a big way, and I think that's those 2, Joker and Murray, both have to be able to play at a very high level for this team to win. And we do look forward to seeing you guys in the finals in about 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So.
I would throw another in there though. I would say for the Nuggets to be running on all cylinders, they need a third. They need Murray and Jokic to be playing good, but they also need either AG Aaron Gordon or MPJ Michael Porter Jr. to be playing as well.
Yeah, he's the one that scares me, Michael Porter Jr.
Yeah, with those threes.
Yeah, he can shoot. He's for real.
He is.
Real. Gordon's a great guy to have on the team, and he can do his thing too. But that Porter shot, man, that Michael Porter shot is just, that scares me.
I have a Lakers fan, and during that entire he's a Lakers fan, and during that entire Lakers series, I just got these text messages all the time. I hate MPJ. I hate MPJ.
No, I totally get that.
Yeah.
Well, let's go ahead and move to the Celtics Cavs. Anything you see in there? I mean, it's 3-1 Boston.
No, Donovan Mitchell has been playing really good for Cleveland. He's averaging, I think, 31 points a game.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of where that story ends for Cleveland, in my opinion.
Well, he didn't play last game.
True. That's true. He didn't play last game too. So, but even without him, they still stayed within a respective score.
Yeah.
Of Boston. Cleveland won one game like I thought they would. I didn't think they'd be swept, but I can't think that they're going to go any further than this next game 5. So
yeah, well, I agree with you there. But if I'm not mistaken, would they shoot 48 threes in that game, Cleveland?
Yeah, that's true. If they turn on the perimeter shooting, then watch out. That's for sure.
Yeah, well, that's that you have the ability to, if you're taking that many threes, if you get just a little bit hot, you have the ability to beat anybody on a given night. But
true.
I don't see much happening there. I don't really, I'm not a big Boston fan. In terms of winning the whole thing, I'm not a big Boston fan. I don't know if they really have the heart to win the whole thing. But I think they've got it all over Cleveland here. And if the Knicks do wind up taking the Indiana Pacers out, I think Boston has another pretty easy time with the Knicks, because the Knicks are down just a couple of big guys, and that's what you need when you're playing against Tatum and Brown.
Yep.
I would agree, and I would say that whoever Boston faces in the West, at least 3 of the 4 teams, Dallas, Oklahoma City, or Denver, they're going to have their hands full.
Yeah, I agree with you for different reasons, but I definitely think that they're going to have their hands full with whoever comes out of the West. So
yeah.
Well, let's get to the game that is nearest and dearest to some of our hearts.
2 out of 3 of us.
The Mavs and the OKC Thunder. Thunder struck last night. I mean, they did. Yeah. They struck last night, and in my opinion, the Mavs just let one get away. It's They were in control. They were in control the whole time. Even in the last 2 minutes, even in the last 2-3 minutes of the game, they had their opportunities. They just didn't hit. They just didn't hit foul shots. They just didn't hit. It's not like I was saying. It's not like OKC ran off about had a 12-0 run or something like that. Nothing like that. They didn't. They just chipped away, and we just didn't hit our shots. For the life of me, I don't know what Tim Hardaway's doing on the floor with 2-3 minutes to go. But that was just a terrible decision. We needed defense, and we have enough. We always have, when Luka and Kyrie are on the floor, we always have enough offense. What we needed was defense. Hardaway doesn't give us defense, and he made a couple of turnovers at the end of the game, that just weren't good. But I still think the Mavs are going to win this. It looks like it'll be a little bit more than the 5 that I thought. So it may just go 7. But the Mavs look good. They look in control. They're winning without their 2 superstars having to do much. And like I said earlier before the show, is if Kyrie and Luka both show up, it's over. If one of them shows up, it's still over. Okay, because they're just that good.
Yeah, because Hardaway, playing him, he wasn't on like he had in game 2, or he was that guy. Right. He was amazing. He came in and in game 2, or Luka was on the bench and Hardaway had scored like 10 straight points. So it's not like he was in that why you should play him. He's the type of guy, if he's streaky, but he just didn't have that going, and it didn't make a lot of sense playing him down the stretch. I agree. No. I think that I still like Dallas. I don't like letting a young team sneak one out when they shouldn't have. The first half, Dallas really, Oklahoma City really looked like they were really doubting themselves. Like they just didn't look like they're mentally, they didn't almost look like they didn't deserve. They felt they should be there. And then in the second half, they started, and SGA just kept them around, and then Dort finally started hitting some threes, and there you go, and you lose a close game. So hopefully, I would not expect they'll shoot that amount of free throws any other game, and surely Kyrie or Luka will play better the last 3. But if they don't, then it will be a real struggle.
We got other guys that can fill in. I don't want to say we have a deep bench. We have a good bench with guys that can fill in. Obviously PJ is a starter, but he seems to be the guy that's stepping up in the third scorer role. But we've got guys on the bench that can play some defense. We've got guys on the bench that can shoot. And we just, we have enough to win this thing. So, What are you seeing, Kulik?
Yeah, well, so each team respectively has lost a home game and won an away game. So, in my opinion, that has all the makings of a 7-game series. Mm-hmm. And Game 7 is going to be in Oklahoma City, and I don't think Oklahoma City loses that last decision game at home. So I'm actually going to go with Oklahoma City on this one. There's a reason they got the number 1 seed. There's a reason they jolted up to that in the last couple games of the season over Minnesota and Denver. So I think I'm going to have to go with Oklahoma City on this one in Game 7.
Yeah. And there's a reason the Mavericks had a better record than them in the last 30 games of the year. So give me a break, all right?
Hey, not that I don't dislike the Mavericks like I do, like the
You
Lakers.
just don't want to play the Mavericks when Denver wins over.
Oh no, honestly, no. I'd love to see that. Actually, I'm more afraid of Oklahoma City, to be honest.
See.
But you wouldn't have the home court against Oklahoma City, and that is can be an advantage for Denver. That altitude thing, that is a real thing that's legit. But I think Dallas. I'm going to say they win it in 6. I don't like it going 7. The Game 7 on the road. The road team wins like 1% of the time. So I think we should really.
You got to.
I like our chances. I like our chances winning the next 2. I can't see the free throws and Luka and Kyrie not playing well again because they were not good yesterday.
Well, you got to remember this: Luka and Kyrie both have been in Game 7s.
Yeah,
SGA has not.
True.
True.
That's true.
Holmgren has not.
No, yeah, none of those guys have.
Dort has not. Yeah. And I'll be honest with you, Dort, yeah, he's playing his butt off, but he's getting in foul trouble here and there, and it's those kind of little things like that in a Game 7 mean a lot. I mean, if you're sitting on the bench, the bulk of the first quarter or the second quarter because of foul trouble, that's not good. You want to have your best players on the floor at all times in a Game 7. It was nice to see. Well, I shouldn't say nice to see, but it was interesting to see how Kyrie, who had 5 personal fouls in the fourth there, stay away from foul trouble, before picking up a 6. Those are the little things that make a big difference. And those are the things I think are an advantage for the Mavericks, having been there before, having 2 guys that are, been there, that are champions. Well, granted, Kyrie is a world champion, but Luka's won some championships overseas. And so he knows all about that.
He got to the West Finals 2 years ago. So
they did, and they're on knocking on the door doing that again here. So we'll see what happens. But getting about 22-minute time here, guys. So we have covered all the games. I'm going to give Kellen a moment to talk about last night in Denver, where he was sitting in the stands watching. What's going on, man, with Colorado and the Mavs? I mean, and the Avs and the Stars.
Yeah, well, here's the deal. The Stars have won 3 games in a row. The Avalanche are hurting right now. They're missing. Now, they got Druin back last night, who's a pretty good forward. So they've been missing him, but they're also missing some key guys. They lost Nichushkin, who is – probably will never be a Colorado Avalanche again because he's now suspended for 6 months.
Yeah.
If he ever plays in the NHL again, but we're missing a lot on our defense, and because of that, I feel like they're focusing on their defense and not the power offense of one of the best offensive teams in the game.
Yeah,
and so. I think that's probably a lot to do with it. But you know what? The Stars are coming to play too. And I think that I know that the Stars have a little bit better of a goalie than we do, than the Avalanche do. And so all those things coming together, they're down 3-1, and they're going to have to do what the Stars did, winning 3 in a row, if they're going to come out of this alive.
Yeah. They ain't going to do it. Stars are going to. There's no way they're going to win 3 in a row.
I didn't think the Stars would win 3 in a row against arguably the best team in the NHL. So, and they did. So it could happen. Don't say never. Unless you put money on that.
I like Dallas in 6.
Okay, fair enough. I'm with you there. All right, let's go ahead and get the shout outs out the way, and we will go from there. So who you got to shout out for, Sooner?
Well, I got a shout out to the Oklahoma baseball team. They last year in the Big 12, and they won the regular season championship, and before even the last week of the season. There's still a whole nother week, but they closed it out to be the number 1 seed, and all the other seeds are still up for grabs. But that's how much that well played. And then, of course, the women softball, they're elite. They lost a few games this year. They finished 3rd in the conference, but they came back, bounced back, and won the Big 12 championship against Texas. So they're back rolling. So 2 good wins for them this week.
Cool. Who are you shouting out there, Kulik?
I can't believe I'm about to do this, but I'm going to give a shout out to the Colorado Rockies. They are burning up other teams right now. They just swept the world champions in the Texas Rangers. And, man, I can't believe after getting swept by who is now in the basement, the Miami Marlins, that they're actually being able to win 5 in a row. But they have won 5 in a row. They are no longer the basement. That belongs to the Marlins and the White Sox. So Colorado Rockies get a shout out for me this time.
Awesome. And I've got a quick shout out to Ms. Caitlin Clark and her WNBA debut. They got beat by 20, actually 21, and she actually scored 20 points. So terrible shooting night, though, 4 of 11. But welcome to the W.
She got him a charter plane, though. They now have charter planes, every team.
They're not taking the Amtrak anymore.
No, or the whatever the
they're not taking the horse and carriage.
They don't have to take the Kitty Hawk to games anymore. The Wright brothers.
Well, so we'll see what happens this season for the Fever, but tonight the Fever was broken, I guess. So anyway, gentlemen, another amazing time with you guys. We will talk with you next time. We are Sports Page Sunday. Thanks, guys.
Yep, love you.
Go Stars. Go, man.
We got to go.
Love you, Blue.